I was getting ready to leave and go get breakfast, and I had a surge of inspiration. And we always like to impulse talk on these. And the question we're going to be talking about today is, what is fun in Yu-Gi-Oh? We're going to touch on my personal fun decks. And hopefully, after this video is said and done, you guys will be a little bit more in tuned to my inner casual player, because we like to have fun every once in a while. Maybe. Fun! Alright, Blue Shirt Squad. You get a little bit of Blue Robbie. Alright. First question you gotta ask yourself. If you're a competitive player, is it worth it? Is it justifiable to want to have fun stuff laying around? Even to this day, I'm still known as the Gadget guy. I can't control that. You guys know me as the lovable blue Gadget. I still sign mini gadgets. I haven't had a Gadget deck put together in probably a very long time, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Alright, I will put together a Gadget deck every once in a while just to kind of play around with things, but it's kind of just dependent on the meta. I love fucking September. It's the best time for allergies to just come and kick your ass. So yes, gadgets are my #1 casual pick. They used to be super competitive. I miss the good old days, but that's besides the point. Second deck I've been messing around with has actually been the True Name version of Dark Magician. Remember, Dark Magic Circle lets you stack top 3 cards of your deck. If you play True Name, you declare the top card of your deck. If you declared it correctly, you add it to your hand, and then you get to Rhoda for a god, which is actually pretty broken in the grand scheme of things. Who doesn't love being able to just, oh well, 1 for 1. True Name is a card that turns into a potential +1, which, the more I've played that deck, the power level that you get with it's pretty cool. Being able to pendulum summon out a bunch of gods and then be able to just make Ixies, being able to go Obelisk, Obelisk, attack, and go into Gust off max, finish burning your opponent for the potential missing damage that you need to end the game. It's really devastating. And did I mention the True Name? Being able to just tutor for potentially anything. Now, the bad part is we need Apprentice Illusion Magicians. Right now, the apprentices that I'm going to be playing are going to be pieces of paper over regular cards, because we were never keeping $80 Apprentice Illusion Magician girls when they were at their prime. That's the thing that most casual players are going to feel the burden of, justifying keeping cards of value. You know, if you can go to an event, you can pick up a deck core. We'll go Insectors. You can buy an Insector deck for $10. What are some of the other decks? Cyber Darks. You used to be able to buy Chainburn for like $10 off of people. Go to locals, look for these things. Some of the vendors a while back had deck deals. It's been a while since I've seen them, but you can potentially pick these things up. And that's the downside about wanting to play more fun decks in the current format, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just, those fun cards are often more expensive than a competitive deck, and that's saying something. So far, we've talked about gadgets, and we've talked about the Apprentice True Name deck, which is a lot of fun. So at this point in time, you're going to be like, but Robbie, that's all we've ever really seen you dick around with. Like, what else is going on in your filthy casual? Oh, God, I don't even mean it to be so insulting, but like, that's The other fun deck I've always enjoyed kind of just playing around with, it's Heroes. And let's be completely real. It's every hero's God-given right to top deck Miracle Fusion at will. And I kind of like to recreate the scenarios. Miracle Fusion sucks now. We all fucking know this, and it really sucks to say that, because with Stratos banned, there's not really a lot the deck can do. I mean, you're just kind of Bubble Man Turbo now, and you're just kind of like, well, you know, we go to this point. It used to be Bahamut Shark, totally awesome, and then Masked Hero Dark Law and just punish your opponent. But I mean, you can't really totally awesome your opponent right now because link format. Heroes, it's always been one of those decks it's so versatile, and what the deck can actually do, just having the extra deck tree to go with it. And I'm a stun player at heart. I really fucking love just being able to hide behind Macrocosmos, aka Darklaw, while watching your opponent squirm and not be able to have any sort of interactivity with you. And I know a lot of you guys don't like decks that your opponent can't physically play the game. I understand that. That's all fine and dandy, but you have to understand, to people like me that are super degenerate, being able to have all that power in the palm of our hands while playing the game, it's so fun and satisfying. So there's that. The other fun deck that we actually kind of often mess around with is these guys, Dark Lords. Let's be real. Big titty monster, Yugioh. It's pretty much the driving force for the reason why a lot of us like the deck. I'm a huge fan of the deck just because of all the draw power that the deck can do. It's very interesting playing an essential brick in your hands. Watching the turbo version of the deck get to Soul Charge, it's super adorable. That's one of the cool things I liked about the deck, was just turbo draw, turbo draw, turbo draw, and on Christia and a bunch of other potential Dark Lords. Once again, though, the issue with the deck is it kind of just loses to itself. You can't really say that it's in terms of wanting to play the deck casually, you're often faced with a challenge of you're going to be better than most casual decks, or you're going to lose to yourself. And 95% of the time, the result of the situation is you probably turboed too quickly, or you just opened up the most unplayable hand of Nastins in your life. I've seen it. I've seen the deck collapse in on itself, and it's the result of the situation. And it really sucks because the deck had a lot of potential, but when your own worst enemy is yourself, in the literal sense, there's not much you can do about it. Dark Lords are a bit cheaper than you would think. I mean, for a casual deck core, sitting at it's cheaper than Necros. That's for fucking sure. Speaking of the other casual deck, I had Necros full power, and this was kind of in slumpy Robbie mode, where I was like, I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh at this point in time. So I got rid of all my Necro stuff, sold it, and then when the initial hype for Link format came out, when everyone was like, oh my god, Necros, fucking science, fucking took over the world. It was the Renaissance. I picked up the core, and I've played it a couple times. It's no meta by any stretch of the imagination, but it's really nice being able to play something that was formerly competitive. You can definitely tell the power level of the game has shifted dramatically since Necros were actually a deck, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. The deck is very expensive. That's one of the downsides. If you didn't keep your Necro stuff from the Necros era, then just waking up one day and going, well, I want to buy Manjus, well, I want to buy Necros of Valks, Trishulas, you're going to be looking at $100 minimum just to have a casual deck, and it's not really justifiable by any stretch of the imagination. But if you somehow manage to pick it up, you'll have a very good time. It's one of the more... It's a little bit funner than the True Name deck. And that's saying something. Both decks are fun. The last deck here I'm going to talk about in this video is... Oh god. My friend came over on... What was it? Last Thursday after locals. Sat down. I found my Frog FTK deck. I was like, Lord, I haven't played this thing in forever. The deck loses to Ghost Ogre. Oh, so hard. You never Ash Blossom the Substitute because it can just reactivate because it's not once per turn. The fact that Swap Frog got the errata kind of sucks because you can't just infinitely redo your thing, so you don't get the full draw power that the deck had. But the fact that you could go down the extra deck skill tree, or the fact that you can just Unifrog attack directly against the opponent's strike and then do your substitute plays. There's a lot of cool things that the deck can actually do. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually very shocked that the deck can actually still function. Now, getting max seed, you kind of want to deck your opponent out. Actually, I summon 20 frogs from the deck, 20 rodent totems should actually be a deck out, if not very goddamn close. And if I'm going to go for the deck out game under max C, I'm going to go get the Fishborg Blaster and try to actually deck them out. It's kind of dependent. I mean, 1-for-1, bring out Fishborg Blaster. Mass Driver, pop. I mean, who's going to kill you first? You drawing one card and not maining Ghost Ogres? Deck's not even legal anymore, but hey, you know what? You gotta have a little bit of fun with your life. So guys, that's the casual inner workings of MCO40. Since you were always like, what does Robbie play on the side for fun? It doesn't happen all that often, but you know, we can't forget our roots. We can't forget that the game of Yugioh, it's a fun game. So, and as I said, one of the cool things I want to do on this channel is I want to bring back that arc. I want to bring back casual tabletop, even if it's just every once in a while. So guys, comment down below. What do you guys think? What do you guys play for fun? I guess I'm out. Deuces. Hopefully. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. I will be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.